Okay, so welcome new Buggy viewers. We're lining up for our main event here at the 2016 IFMAR Off-Road World Championships. Your reigning world champion Ty Tesman going to be on pole, leading them out. We are waiting for the countdown, 60-minute final. The bleachers and pretty much every part of real estate around the track is absolutely rammed. Jimmy Babcock in the booth trying to get everybody fired up.
With the 1 hour final for the World Championship. We've done our driver introduction, so we are ready to go.
Chris Tacker on.
Let's go ahead and fill them up.
Pit lane.
Fill them up.
Getting ready to call them out. Cavalieri with a flame out.
All right.
Flying. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, he can. There's no start of the countdown.
Are they letting him restart?
Okay, so due to them not actually starting the countdown, Cavalieri is allowed to restart his engine.
Grace period allowed for the final.
Really?
As long as it's not started the countdown.
Cavalieri's motor is fired up and ready to go again, and now he's being told he has to start from pit lane.
Yep, wait till everyone goes.
So Cavalieri, second time today being dealt a penalty. Looks like he's going to have to start this one from the pit lane. So already coming into this 60-minute final, controversy already.
9 minutes to the start of the race.
Just for the record, guys, there's an IFMAR rule. If you call the cars to the grid and someone needs a grace period, they must start from pit lane. That's the rule. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Let's fill them up, fill them up.
Okay, so mechanics filling them up, getting ready to go. Ty Tesman going to be out on pole with a big lead already due to Cavalieri having to start from the pit lane.
Marshall's ready.
Here we go.
Ready.
2016 IFMAR Off-Road World Championships, Las Vegas, Nevada. Cars are down and we're off and away. 60-minute final. And Ty Tesman gonna lead. David Ronal. Oh, David Ongaro gonna be in second. It looks like Boots already into the 3 spot.
They have to start from pit lane. That's basically
So as we come around the backside for the first time, it's gonna be through the option line. So it's Tesman and Ronal, the 2 HB drivers, leading Elliott Boots from 5th on the grid, and Boots already looking for a way past, and Boots upside down. Marshals haven't seen it. So Boots to the back of the field. So now it's going to be Ty Tesman, David Ronal, and Jared Tebow. Tebow to 3rd. Battle up to 4th. Ongaro to 5. McBride is 6. Mayfield with an aggressive move into the 7 spot. We stay on board with our 3 leaders. Working our way through the single double-double. Running wide for Ty Tesman, as does Ronal and Tebow. Pretty standard procedure, working their way off the double-double now. And already a couple of controversial marshalling efforts going on around track. Tebow off the inside of the jump. So we are only about 3 laps in, and drivers really struggling to hold down a clean lap.
Come on, Robert.
Ty Tesman into the left-hand corner. Then we've got Ronal, Tebow, and Battle. So up front, we've got 3 world champions and David Ronal very, very fast Swede. Easily fast enough for a world championship.
Top 5 boots in 6. Cavalieri making his way back up to 7.
As we come through the backside, Ty Tesman holding it out front. Ronnefolk is closing the gap slightly. Mayfield and Boots move into the 5 and 6 spot. Ty Tesman and David Ronnefolk opting for different lines. Robert Battle is looking for a way past Tebow. That's where the good battle is at the moment on track. Already top 5, 6 drivers starting to pull away from the rest of the field. So Tesman out front, working his way into the option line. Ronnefolk still in the 2 spot. Looks like Tesman's pulled out a little bit of a lead last time through. Last time by a 37.6 from Tesman to a 36.8 from Ronnefolk. We're already 3 minutes in. Robert Battle with a little bit of a mistake, going to drop back from Tebow. So it's still the 2 HP cars out front with Tebow in the Kyosho running in 3rd. This is a 60-minute final. Lots of mistakes are expected at the moment. Ty Tesman got just about enough of a gap. Last time by 36.7 for Tesman, 37 flat for Ronnefolk. Tesman running wide, coming off the dance floor, up over Trump wall. Throughout the day, that has become a little bit less aggressive as they come off the dance floor, as the cars have taken the edge off of the bump. So Tesman still out front, working his way around the backside, up over the kicker. Very close to the pipe coming through the backside section. Ronnefolk keeping him in his sights. Last time through a 36.7 to a 36.9. So Tesman extending his lead slightly. Cars are pretty spread out at the moment. We're about 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. Long way left to go. We're fully expecting there to be over 80 laps in this final. Oh, Ronnefolk with a little mistake coming through the double and making his way through the Grand Canyon. So Tesman drops down the step off. Last time through a 36.6. Cavalieri is working his way back up the field. Cavalieri starting in the pit lane now, up to the 7 spot. As we join on board with him, he's working his way off the dance floor and clipping the pipe, rolling it over, but lands on his wheels. Back to the front. And it looks like Battle, Mayfield and Boots are slowly closing the gap on Ronnefolk and Tebow. Tesman with a slightly slower 37.1 last time through, but Ronnefolk with a 37.7. The gap will still extend. So Tesman at the moment is creeping out ever so slightly. 5 minutes down. And it's still Tesman from the 1 spot, still out front. Ronnefolk still in that 2 spot. Then we got Tebow, Battle and Mayfield. These top 5 have gapped the rest of the field now. Our leader working his way over the roller. Ronnefolk looking maybe a little bit closer this time through as they go on to the single double. Running wide. Nice line coming from Ronnefolk off onto the dance floor. Ronnefolk last time through a 36.5 to a 36.8 of Tesman. So Ronnefolk faster last time through, and Ronnefolk with a roll. And Tebow with a roll. So Tebow going to give up 3rd spot now to Robert Battle. So Battle into the 3 spot. Your world champion from Argentina. And Tesman with a mistake coming through the double. And Ronnefolk has him in his sights now. These two almost together on track. So less than a second between these two out front now. And Ronnefolk for the first time can feel Tesman in his sights. Battle with a roll, coming off the double. You can see out of shot there as we come onto the option line for the 2 HP cars. Ronal almost close enough to make a move, coming off the step off. Tebow back to the 3 spot, and Mayfield is now 4. Battle after that mistake drops down to the 5 spot. And Ronal in for our first fuel stop. 7 minutes and 30 on the race clock. So a good stop from Ronal, going to come back out in the 4 spot. Tesman, Tebow, Mayfield, Ronal with a roll, you can see just coming in and out of shot. As we pan round, there's a bit of a battle going on in the back of the field between McBride, Boots and Fend. These guys running in the 8, 9 and 10. Ryan Mayfield in for fuel this time through. Good stop from them. Maximum punch from Mayfield coming out of the pit lane. Going to tuck right in front of David Ongaro. Ongaro looking for a way through into the Grand Canyon. So it looks like maybe Ongaro has got battle on the fuel stops. Not sure if he's been in. And as I say that, barrel rolling out of shot goes the young Italian. Tesman, our leader, is in for fuel, as is Tebow. So Tesman with a stop, and as they come out of the pit lane, Ronal drops it down the inside. A little bit of a love tap there from Tesman. So Ronal to the point after the pit stops. Mayfield and Tebow, you can see just out of shot there in 3rd and 4th. So we got 2 battles going on track. But David Ronal is our new leader. Ty Tesman, since the buzzer, has been leading, but after that fuel stop, he's now dropped to the 2 spot, and David Ronal is looking to put some breathing distance between himself and Ty Tesman. You can see 2nd and 3rd just jumping across the double out of shot. Mayfield looking for a way past Tebow for that 3 spot.
Looks like everybody's going the lead lap right now.
As we come on to the step off, Tebow running a little bit out of shape. Mayfield going to close right up. Going through the single double. Off the dance floor, Mayfield closing right up to the gearbox of Tebow. It's going to be close.
With a little mistake there, and that's going to give up.
On to the step off for our leader.
Robert Battier now from Spain up to the top 5.
We're on board now with 3rd and 4th, Tebow and Mayfield. Nothing between these two, the Kyosho and the TLR. Mayfield getting all sorts of out of shape, coming through the potholes in the left-hand corner. Ty Tesman and David Ronal coming up a little bit short on the double. Both drivers get away with it. We're at 10 minutes and 50, so just under 11 minutes, and Ty Tesman crashing on the step off. And Marshall throws him back over again, going to drop all the way down to the 4 spot. Wow, so David Ronal now with a massive lead over Jared Tebow in the 2. Mayfield going to move into the 3 spot, and Ty Tesman into the 4 spot. So now we're going to see, with Ty Tesman having to maybe push a little bit harder, is he going to be able to keep it without mistakes? David Ronal is out of shot as we come on to the option section for our 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. You can see Ronal just clipping the corner of the screen. So Mayfield with a little bit of a mistake, going to give up a spot to Ty Tesman. Ty Tesman back to the 4 spot. We've got Boots and Battle not too far back. in the 5th and 6th spot. But at the moment, with 12 minutes down, it's David Ronnefolk out front, working his way in front of us now. There he is, coming on to the step off. The gap is just under 7 seconds between our leader and second place. David Ronnefolk onto the straight. Tebow in the 2 spot. Ty Tesman holding on to 3rd. Mayfield in 4. Boots is definitely closing the gap in 5th. And Ronnefolk upside down. Doesn't need the marshal. Gets it back going again. So the gap was about that 7 seconds. It's not going to be that now, as we're on board with Jared Tebow in the 2 spot. You can see Ty Tesman and Mayfield out of shot as well. And Mayfield barrel rolling. Now, Elliot Boots has closed this gap right up. Elliot Boots was right at the back of the field, and he's worked his way all the way back up. And now he's right on the gearbox of Ryan Mayfield. Elliot Boots' fastest lap is a 35.4. Wow, the only driver to do 35s, 35.4 from Boots. Half a second faster than anybody else on track. So as we come on to the step off, you can see Boots right on the gearbox. Oh, Mayfield a little bit out of shape. Boots almost right on his gearbox now. And Mayfield runs wide again. We're about 14 minutes in. It's a drag race around the straight. 2 Reds engines in those cars. The Kyosho of Elliot Boots and Mayfield with the TLR. And Boots getting up the inside, but going through the Grand Canyon, ending upside down. We're now on board with the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Tebow and Tesman. Quite a few battles going on track. Tebow and Tesman working their way onto the straight. Still a long way left to go in this one. Tesman coming in hot up over the kicker. Elliot Boots just been in for fuel at just over the 14-minute mark. Tebow runs wide. Tesman closes right up again. And our leader, as we pan through, you can see here David Ronnefolk coming in for fuel. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to copy. So neither of the 2nd and 3rd place coming for fuel. And Tebow running wide with a block pass, going to take the point, but yet to come in for fuel. Tebow clips the Grand Canyon, side by side racing going on here. Crowd going wild in the bleachers. Tebow up on the pipe. We got a 3-way battle, and Ty Tesman clipping his teammate. Now Mayfield back in the mix. Wow. David Ongaro also not too far back, working his way in the 5 spot. So Tebow, Ronnefolk, Tesman and Mayfield all on the straight at the same time. Oh, and Tebow coming up short on the double. Ronnefolk one's wide. Tebow, Ty Tesman almost makes his way through. Ronnefolk opting to hug the line tight, coming on the step off. Here we go, off the double-double. 4-way battle for the lead at the moment. We're at the 16-minute mark. And Mayfield in for fuel this time through. And Tebow still going to lead. Ongaro moves in front of Mayfield now. So we're on board 1st and 2nd and 3rd. Tebow, Ronnefolk and Tesman. It's the Kyosho leading the 2HB. Oh, Ronnefolk coming in hot off the tabletop.
For the lead, 6-3 and 1. 6-3 and 1.
Tebow, Ronal, Tesman, last time through 37s across the board. Tebow getting a little bit up on the pipe. Tesman out of shape.
Here comes Ronal on the back door of the Kyoto, over the pro line step over jump, into the Kyoto option, up on the Joe.
And at the moment, it's only one mistake. Only one mistake is probably the difference between first place and about 7th. Anyone's battle. Cavalieri working his way back up the field now. And Tebow in for fuel, so our leader's in. Out of shot, you can see Ronal just with a mistake coming over the double-double. And again on the pipe from Ronal because he just pops out of shot there. So we've got it all change again. It's going to be Ronal, Mayfield, Boots, and Tebow. You don't know where to look in this final at the moment because things are changing by the second.
Mayfield now up to second. Ryan Mayfield looking for his first world title in the TLR.
So with 19 minutes down, full race order, Ronal out front. Then we've got Mayfield. Then we've got Tebow. Then we've got Boots. Oh, and Boots and Tebow come together. Boots going to go by for the 3 spot. Tesman is 4, Battle is 5, Ongaro 6, and Cavalieri 7.
Outside of the race goes to Elliott Boots in the Kyosho with the 35.4. Ronal, Mayfield, Boots, Tebow, and Tesman your top 5.
Interestingly, Ronal, our leader, not one of the drivers to drop into the 35s yet. Mayfield with a 35.7 hot lap, Boots with a 35.4 hot lap of the race. So Boots with the out and out pace, as does Mayfield. But can they keep it on their wheels?
All right, we're approaching the 1/3 mark, coming up on 20-minute count and 40 to go here in another 20 seconds.
So we are coming up to the 20-minute mark now. 20-minute down, 40 minutes still left to go in this very intense IFMAR Off-Road World Championships here in Las Vegas, Nevada at RC Tracks Las Vegas. Boots still running in that 2 spot. Mayfield running in 3. Ronal last time by, the gap was 6 seconds, so it's about the length of the straight. It's the difference between our leader, as you can see, going over the double and into the 180. Here comes Boots now in the 2 spot. So as Boots comes into shot, Ronal goes out. So the gap between our 2 leaders is still 6 seconds.
All right, 20 minutes and 30 seconds now, 39, 30 left to go.
Elliott Boots with a mistake coming onto the dance floor. Holds on to the 2 spot though. Mayfield not quite close enough.
Now with 6.6 on Boots. Boots with 9/10 on Mayfield.
Ronal on the pitcher's mound, working his way onto the kicker. Here we go. You can see just coming into shot, and Mayfield, you can see big barrel roll coming over the double.
Tebow now right on the back of Mayfield for the 3rd position.
Stuff going on everywhere on track. We're on board now with 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's going to be Mayfield, Tebow, and Tesman.
To the United States to get prepared. We came all the way to Santa Barbara 2 weeks ago to participate in a round of JDRL action. He is out front.
Mayfield, Tebow, and Tesman running in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Boots running a little bit wide off the double. The gap between our 2 leaders is 7 seconds, and Boots upside down, and Boots going to lose out. Boots stops down. Tebow going to go by. Tebow putting Mayfield upside down. An aggressive move from Tebow, sticking it up the inside of Mayfield and putting him on his roof. So Boots in for fuel, this time through at the 22-minute mark.
Ronal, the only one with a gap. 11-second lead now for David Ronal.
So David Ronal still out front with the 11-second lead, coming in for fuel this time through. As we pan round, you can see our leader working his way off the cobbles and coming in for fuel. So here we go. David Ronal in for fuel. Good clean stop. And he's off and away again. He's got a lead of just over the length of the straight over Tebow in the 2 spot. Tesman now looking for a way past Tebow. Tesman down the inside of Tebow. So Tesman back to the 2 spot. It's the 2 HB cars, 1 and 2 again. Off the step down. 2nd and 3rd. Tesman and Tebow. Tebow going inside Mayfield upside down.
From Raymore, Missouri, originally Rosemead, California. Western in the HB Racing, Derek Tebow in the Kyoto, Mayfield now in 4th in the TL.
23 minutes down, 23 down. The gap between our 2 leaders, Ronal and Tesman, last time through was only 5 seconds. As Tebow upside down in front of us, Mayfield going to go through again. So apart from our leader, it's all still quite close out on track. As I say that, Tesman has gapped the rest of the field now, as Mayfield comes in for fuel this time through. Ronal, Tesman, Tebow, top 3. 24 minutes down. And David Ronal with a mistake. And the gap's going to come right down now. It was 6 seconds. It looks to be a hell of a lot closer. Boots and Cavalieri coming together down in front of our time. In
5 minutes away from the halfway point of this one. No race has been longer than 30 minutes so far. We're getting close to that.
we're approaching the 25-minute mark. Last time through, the gap between our 2 leaders was 4 seconds. Tesman is closing that gap to Ronal. Third place is still Tebow. So our leader working his way round onto the kicker. A little bit out of shape from Ty Tesman in the 2 spot. The gap last time through, 4 seconds. Running in that 3 spot is Tebow. Up to 4th is Cavalieri. Running in 5, Robert Battle. 6, David Ongaro. 7, Elliot Boots. Mayfield down in the 8 spot. And we've got Savoya 9, Lutz 10, Fend 11, and McBride 12. 26 minutes down now, 26 down, 34 minutes left to go. Off the step off, David Ronal, 36.5 last time through. Ronal dropping into those 35s now, 35.7, hot lap back on lap 32.
There's your leader down the straightaway, orange, white, and green.
And Ty Tesman in for fuel.
That's number 3 of David Ronal. Over the double jump he goes.
So Ty Tesman in for fuel, Tebow in for fuel. So Robert Battle going to be right on the gearbox of Ty Tesman when they come out. And Battle over the top of Ty Tesman. So 2 world champions battling it out for the 2 and 3 spot. Elliott Boots back up to the 4. We believe Elliott Boots is short stopping on the fuel stops. And Boots up on the pipe, going to lose out to Tebow. So Tebow going to go by. So it's Ronal now with a 12-second lead over Robert Battle in the 2 spot. And we got Ty Tasman. You can see in shot now, we've got the Mugen being chased by the HB. And then we got the 2 Kyosho cars not too far back coming through the double-double in the hands of Tebow and Boots.
Looks like a battle for second coming onto the straightaway.
So a 4-way battle for the 2 spot. 14 seconds is the gap.
Battle for second over the high rollers.
Ronal really looking comfortable out front now as we stay on board with this battle for second, third, fourth and fifth. Mayfield in 6th. Mayfield a little bit out of shape, so Cavalieri going to go by. So Battle started 8th on the grid in this main event. All the way up to the 2 spot now. Ty Tasman, your pole sitter for the grand final. He's running in that 3 spot. As we work our way around, we've got 31 minutes left to go, so we're coming up to half race distance. In for fuel, Elliott Boots comes this time through. So he's going to drop back down. Battle with a mistake, you can see just out of shot. And that's going to give Ty Tasman back the 2 spots. So Mayfield and Tebow both with mistakes in the corner. And Battle also with a mistake from the 3 spot. So this track proving to be very, very difficult, even for the best of drivers. It's still David Ronal out front. Second place is Ty Tasman. Ty Tasman in shot now. Robert Battle running in the 3rd spot. There he is. As we pan round, Ryan Cavalieri up to 4th. Tebow 5, Ongaro 6, Boots 7, Ongaro round the outside of an out of shape Tebow. So 15 seconds the gap between our leader.
No one has that yet is chipping in. So that's big lead, Tasman second. Cavalieri now moving up to 3rd.
Tasman working his way through a little bit of traffic. Cavalieri in that 3 spot. So we're past halfway, 39 minutes remaining. It's Ronal, Tasman, Cavalieri, Ongaro. In the 4 spot, Battle is 5, Tebow 6, Boots 7. And it looks like Robert Battle upside down on the front straight. So that's going to drop him right the way down. We're back on board with our leader, the HB of David Ronal, looking very comfortable with his car in this 60-minute grand final here at the 2016 IFMAR Off-Road World Championships. Working his way through the single double-double and into the left-hand side. We got Mayfield upside down. So Mayfield with another mistake, going to drop him back. Carr's really starting to get himself spread out now. Cavalieri, you can see just coming out of shot with a mistake. Going to allow Tebow to catch right up. Those guys battling for third and fourth.
Cavalieri and Tebow heading towards the left side of the track. Over the pro line, step over. Down.
Ronal
Goes wide. Tebow now going to move up to.
As we're on board with the battle for third and fourth.
The youngster, Davide Ongaro in fifth. Elliott Booth right there in sixth.
Third and fourth working their way onto the straight. It's Tebow, Cavalieri, David Ongaro. So again, this is third, fourth, and fifth working their way over the double. As they come down in front of us now through the option line. Cavalieri a little bit out of shape there. You can see Ongaro going to close right up as they come through the single double-double. Here comes our leader. So David Ronal going to have to make his way through some traffic. You can see out of shot on the straight. A couple of drivers getting out of shape and making mistakes. And it's going to be David Ongaro into the 3 spot. So the young Italian, 15 years of age, is currently looking at making a world's podium.
Cavalieri and Tebow, that's an explosive battle on the track. Down the step now for your third spot on the podium. With 26 minutes to go. Through the 5-pack into the brick. Over the Davion hill.
Ronal, Tesman, Ongaro, Cavalieri, Tebow, battle, your top 6. We've got about 25 minutes left to go, just over 25 left to go. Our leader is still David Ronal from Sweden with the HB. Here he goes, working his way over the double, coming up a little bit short, but that seems to be the way that double jump is being taken due to the blown out up face through the option line. And down through the step off. Second place now, Ty Tesman in shot, working his way up over the kicker. The gap last time through was 13 seconds. This is the battle for 4th and 5th. Dakota Fend working his way back to the pit lane after a flame out. You can see Mayfield and Elliott Boots running down in the 7th and 8th spot, having a good battle, working their way around the end of the straight.
All right, a little contact in pit lane, no harm, no foul, 35 minutes down, 36 minutes now, approaching 36 down, 24 to go. Looks like Dakota Fend now off the track. He might be back on at this time.
Ronal, Tesman, Ongaro, your top 3.
24 to go.
And it looks like Ronal putting laps on the field now. We've got 24 minutes left to go at the moment. It's going to be David Ronal, our new world champion.
See the advertisement now for AP Racing 1 and 2 on Ongaro.
Through the 180 at the end of the straight. Ty Tesman, here he is. Through the step down.
Ongaro in the MDX-7R with Robert Bavier. Bavier in the Mugen. So right now it's AP Racing 1 and 2. Mugen safety.
So we're expecting David Ronal in for fuel.
DLR is Mayfield in the 5th spot. Tebow is the highest run.
Through the single, double, double. Into the left-hand corner.
36:45 now, 23:15 left to go.
No! And a roll from our leader. Not coming in for fuel. So a mistake from David. Now it's going to be an interesting time to see if it goes, lets it affect him. See if he can find his rhythm again after that mistake coming onto the straight. So here we go, David Ronefalk coming in for fuel this time through. Father Pierre calling him in. Ronefalk again over the tabletop, nice and cleanly this time through. And it's a good clean stop. Nice exit. He's going to come out just in front of Elliott Boots. So he's put a lap on everyone up to 9th. Boots running in the 9 spot. And Ty Tesman, you can see in shot upside down. Here comes David Ongaro. So Ongaro not too far back from Tesman. You can see there is one car, that's Carl McBride, in between them. He is actually a back marker. So as we go on to the step down, it's Ty Tesman and David Ongaro, 2nd and 3rd. Ryan Mayfield is running in the 4 spot. So at the moment, your current world champion is running in 2nd. Ty Tesman runs very wide. Ongaro going to close right up now as we go on to the pitcher's mound. On to the kicker. Onto the option line. Ongaro is throwing everything at this with 21 minutes left to go. Ongaro not too far back from that 2 spot. Mayfield is in 4th and he's not too far back. 8 seconds is the difference between our leader and 2nd place. So Ronefalk 8 seconds to the good. Over Tesman. Here we go. Ongaro right on the gearbox now. The young Italian is maximum punching. Tesman with a mistake off the side of the double-double. So Ongaro to the 2 spot. Mayfield on the gearbox of Tesman for the 3 now. As he peels off in for fuel. So we stay on board with 2nd and 3rd. Ongaro and Tesman. 20 minutes left to go. So 40 down, 20 to go. Ongaro off the step down. And Tesman in tow. The gap between them last time through was just over a second, sorry. And looks to be extending. David Ongaro pulling away slightly, a 36.9.
Getting closer and closer as we are closing in on 19 minutes to go. What a Cinderella story that would be. It's a youngster from Italy, relatively unknown, to take home the World Championship. We've been following him all week long.
David Ongaro still in that 2 spot. Here we are back on board with our leader, David Ronefalk, working his way onto the single double-double. Through the dance floor, nice line coming over the tabletop and down through the line. Last time through a 36.4. So Ronefalk still clicking off those hot laps, avoiding an upside down car. There's one of our back markers, Dakota Fenn. So the back markers moving out of the way of our leader. As he comes over the tabletop. Ty Tesman with a very aggressive move, out of shot on David Ongaro. Ongaro getting a little bit out of shape. Tesman
Actually stretched out big time now with a 19-second lead over Ongaro. Ongaro with 3.6.
So the gap between our two leaders, well, first and second, is 19 seconds now. Ty Tesman's moved to the 2 spot. Battle is now 3 and Ongaro is 4.
David Ronal with the commanding lead in the HC Racing Buggy. Tesman now moving.
Battle a little bit out of shape, coming through the option line. Ongaro not quite close enough. So it's still going to be Tesman in the 2 spot.
Meanwhile, Ronal
Battle in the 3, Ongaro in the 4.
there's Tesman, there's Battier, there's Ongaro for a while.
We're on board with Mayfield and Tebow coming onto the straight. They're just behind Cavalieri and they're running in the 5, 6 and 7. Not a combo you're normally used to hearing that far down maybe. Cavalieri, Mayfield and Tebow, when they're battling out, you expect that to be at the front, but at the moment, at the front,
Rocking about 37. Right now, Ronal with a 25
Mayfield off the side of the track.
thirds of a lap on everybody.
So Ronald, Tesman, Battle, top 3.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Getting down to it with 16 minutes to go in the final.
Through the option line, here we go. There's a good battle going on for that 2 spot. Tesman and Battle. Tesman starting on pole. Battle all the way from the 8 spot. And Battle's car is looking quick, coming through the double-double. He's looking for a way through. That car looking very racy in the 3 spot. Ty Tesman peels off of fuel, as does Ongaro. So Battle into the 2 spot. Oh, Battle with a little bit of a mistake. You can see out of shot, gets away with it. So there's Ongaro and Tesman up over the double. Coming round onto the option line. So both coming in for fuel at exactly the same lap. Down the step down. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. We've got about 15 minutes left to go.
There's a little bobble for Cavalieri. Mayfield's going to get on by now, move up to the top 5.
And if we pan back slightly, you'll be able to see our leader. So our leader almost going to put a lap as he comes in for fuel. So our leader in for fuel. Good stop from him. So as we pan back down in front of us, we've got Ongaro and Tesman battling for the 3 and 4. Still Robert Battle in the 2 spot and Battle in for fuel. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. Battle's in for fuel. Where's he going to come out? Ongaro goes back into the 2 spot. Is he going to get back out in front of Tesman? He's not. So Battle right on the gearbox of Tesman now. Tesman gets it a little bit out of shape, goes through the Grand Canyon. So it's still David Ronnefolk out front. Ongaro drops down to the 2 spot. And we've got Tesman in 3, Battle in 4. That's where the battle is on track between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and they're working their way through traffic now. Battle all over the gearbox of Tesman. Tesman runs wide, Battle almost side by side coming up over the kicker. And they seem to be closing in. So Battle with a mistake, out of shot there. And he's going to drop back slightly. There's so much going on this final. As we come into the final closing stages, 13 minutes left to go. Ronnefolk, Ongaro, Tesman, your top three.
35.7. Ongaro's got a 35.6. Tesman with a 36.2.
We're on board David Ongaro in that 2 spot, working his way through the step down. At the moment, it's looking to be a European 1-2 with the Canadian in the 3 spot, if it stays the way it is. Here he comes, our leader, working his way through the step down. Through the single, double, double, through the left-hand side. And through again to complete another lap goes our leader with 12 minutes left to go.
Right now, the top 4, all international drivers. Sweden out front, Italy in second, Canada third, Spain in fourth, the highest running American.
David Ongaro coming onto the straight, out of shot with a mistake, so Ty Tesman right on his gearbox now as we go over the kicker onto the double. Battles upside down at the end of the straight, so we're going to stay on board second and third, working their way up over the kicker.
Japanese driver of the Suzuhara. No Japanese drivers in the final this year.
Ongaro a little bit out of shape coming through the step down. Running wide onto the dance floor, up over Trump Wall, over the tabletop and down through the line again. We've got just over 11 minutes left to go. And at the moment it's only one battle really going on track, and that is between the 2 and the 3 spot. Nothing between them though. Ongaro and Tesman. Ongaro seems to be pulling away slightly on this lap. And Ongaro with a little bit of a mistake again coming onto the straight. And our leader upside down. Marshall didn't spot it. Gets it going again. So Ty Tesman has made his way past Ronal now. Ongaro, sorry. So Tesman Ongaro over the roller. Battle not too far back as we come into the left-hand corner. Ongaro, super punch.
Down the straightaway, it was a 20-second lead, now only a 15-second lead for Ronal. That mistake cost him.
So there's our leader, working his way through the step down. We're back on board with a battle for second and third. Ongaro still trying to get that 2 spot back. Battle is not too far back. Almost side by side now as they come through, and Ongaro is through down the inside of Tesman, coming on the step off. A little bit out of shape for both drivers, but they're off and away and through to complete another lap. We've got less than 10 minutes left to go, 9 minutes and 30. And not too far. Oh, Ongaro again with a slight mistake, but punches side by side coming into the pitcher's mound. We're going to go up over the kicker. Through the option line again. Ongaro looking down the inside of Tesman. Here comes Robert Battle. Battle not too far back now. Through the double-double. Goes second, third and fourth. Ongaro a little bit out of shape coming through the line this time. So again, out of shot. Here's our leader as we pan through back onto Ty and Ongaro. And our leader upside down again. Marshall mission it. So David Ronal with a couple of mistakes coming into the closing stages. And Ongaro and Battle together now on track, not too far back from Tesman. Ongaro again with 2 mistakes, one after the other. Marshall doesn't quite get hold of it the first time. So it's now Ty Tesman in 7 and Robert Battle in 3rd. Here's our leader, David Ronalfolk, 8 minutes away. Working his way down through the line again. We're expecting one more stop as he goes through the 180. Up over the kicker. Over the option line. Here comes our leader down the step down. Up over the roller. Onto the single. Double, double. And our leader in for fuel this time through. And Ongaro with a problem. You can see in the pit next to him, that car is not going anywhere at the moment. So David Ronalfolk fueled to the end. Ty Tesman's in. Here comes Robert Battle as well. So Tesman in. Here comes Battle. So Battle's out of the pit lane now. So quite a gap between second and third.
David Ronalfolk starting to feel it with 6.5 minutes to go. It's getting realer and realer with 13 seconds lead on Tesman.
6 minutes and 30 left to go now. 6 minutes and 30. David Ronalfolk through the double onto the pitcher's mound. Coming round the kicker and onto the option line. We've got Ty Tesman running in second. Through the line goes our leader.
Down the straightaway, 6 to go. Through the first corner.
At the moment, if it stays the way it is, it's gonna be Ronalfolk, Tesman and Battle, top three. Jared Tebow's now worked his way up to the 4 spot.
Water time fuel in the tank. 5.5 to go, drivers. 5.5 to go. No real battles going on except for 1 through 6 on Caro, Savoy and Canefield. 4, 12, and 9 all doing battles.
Ronalfolk through onto the straight as we're on board with Ty Tesman. Tesman working his way through the single double double.
Track in front of him, over the double jump he goes, heading towards the left side of the track. Up onto the step over, left side step over till you find your leader. Into the option, up onto the peristyle, down the step down. 5 minutes to go for David Ronalfolk.
55 minutes down, 5 left to go.
Right now he's 16 seconds.
Through the dance floor, over Trump wall, running wide onto the straight to avoid the hole on the apex. Ronalfolk through the 180 at the end of the straight.
Over the double, out of Sweden.
On the pitcher's mound. The length of the straight is about the gap between Tesman and Battle. Battle is definitely closing the gap for that 2 spot. And again, Ty Tesman getting out of shape. So onto the pitcher's mound and through the kicker. So this could make it a European 1-2 if Battle can catch and pass Tesman. 2 world champions going at it for second and third. It's a HB 1-2 at the moment with a Mugen car. Robert Battle running in third. Jared Tebow with the Kyosho is running in 4th. Ryan Cavallari is 5. We've got 3 minutes and 30 left to go. 3 minutes and 30.
Down the straightaway for Ronalfolk. He's got 3.5 minutes to go.
Oh, and Ty Tesman with a mistake in front of the Neo Buggy Scissorless. And that's going to allow Robert Battle to actually almost see him in his sights. They're on the same part of real estate now as they come through the line. Battle with a nice line coming onto the straight.
3 minutes, drivers, 3 minutes.
3 minutes left to go, and these two are going to go at it for the next 3 minutes for the 2 and 3 spot. Ronal is on the straight as these two, and side by side battles through to the 2 spot. So Battle fought his way back up and has caught Tesman and passed. So the 2 world champions going at it in the 2 and 3 spot, and it's Battle now leading Tesman.
Down the straightaway. Robert Battier in the second. Tesman right behind him in third. Over the high roller.
2 minutes and 30 left to go. These guys on the pitcher's mound as Ronal just coming onto the straight. So Ronal still with a massive lead over these guys. Oh, and Battle runs wide. So Ty Tesman goes back. Battle locks it up going into the roller, and Tesman up on the pipe. Wow. We've been racing for 58 minutes and they're still going at it. Ronal 2 minutes away from a world championship, working his way through the double-double. It's going to be another new world champion if David Ronal can keep it where it is. Robert Bataille is in second.
Going over the doubles, taking it nice and easy. 1 minute, 30 seconds. He's got a 20-second lead on the field.
A 20-second leads with 1 minute and 20 left to go.
Step down he goes. Over the roller into the 5-pack. Through the 5-pack over to the right side of the track.
In the left-hand side on the dance floor. 1 minute to go. It's going to be this lap and maybe a couple more. So it's still Ronal out front, Battle in second, Tesman is 3. 50 seconds left to go. Ronal through the step down. 37 seconds to go. This is going to be the last lap for David Ronal as he comes through the line. He's going to go one more lap. Through the 180. Onto the kicker. 19 seconds to go. Tesman and Battle might not make it through. Working his way through onto the kicker. Onto the back section. Through the option line. Everybody with round of applause as David Ronal, time has expired. Here he goes off the dance floor and makes a mistake on the pipe. Engine still running, crosses the line. David Ronal is your 2016 IFMAR Off-Road World Champion.
Waiting on one more, Mayfield to finish, Mayfield to finish, one more. All cars done, all cars done. Well, there you have it, David Ronal becomes the new world champion for 2016 IFMAR 1/8 Fuel Off-Road. Our winner, Tesman third, 2.2 back to your podium. Ronal, Battier, and Tesman, Sweden, Spain, and Canada. Jared Tebow will finish fourth with Ryan Cavalieri fifth. Beginning on Garo 6th. Renault Savoya 7th, Ryan Mayfield 8th, Ryan Ledesma